Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the national income and the social accounting. So, what is the relationship between the national income and how it using the social accounting? First one, the national income is also the being measured by the social accounting. So, the national income is one of the tools making from the social accounting. It transactions among the various sectors recorded in their interrelationship traced. So national income is also being measured by the social accounting methods. There are so many methods are using to find the national income. One of the popular method is social accounting method to measure the national income. The social accounting framework is useful for the economist as well as the policymaker. It is also a very useful tool for the measuring the national income. The social accounting framework. It become possible to forecast the trends of economic more accurately. It become possible to forecast the trends, the economic trends more accurately. It is useful for the measuring national income. This method of social accounting. The social accounting and sector under this method, the economics divide into several sectors. We know already the classification of economic sector. The economic sector is also classified into different means. There are 5 sectors: firm, household, and government, rest of the world, and capital sectors. So we can clearly explain for what is the different sector, how to find in usefulness about the social accounting. A sector is grouped in the individual and institutions having the common interrelated economic transactions. So these sectors we can explain into one by one. First one, the firm. We know already the firm means undertake the productive activity. If anyone undertake any productive activity is called firm. They are all organizations which employ the factor of productions. The main motive of the firm is a productive activity. Anyone or any organizations or a group of persons engaged in the productions of goods and services called a firm. And the productive activities relating to the making some productions, conversion of the raw material into finished goods, we can simply called the firm. They are all organizations which employ the factor of productions. They are doing the work of organization of employing of the factor of productions. There are different factor of productions, how to utilize properly and effective manner means to increase the productions. So that's one. The employee is a factor of productions. How to employ the effective way, effective manner is called the main important activity of the firm. What purpose means which is producing goods and services. These are definitions of the firm. Next one sector is called household or consuming entities. If anyone consume the goods or service from the firm is called household. And also supply the factor of productions. We know already the individual persons or firm supply the factor of productions to the firm is called employees in the form of employee. The household means who receive the payment for the service rendered by them to the firm. Receive the payment from the household supply the manpower. For example, the manpower, providing land for the production activity to the firm is called household. They received some benefit in the form of money is called receive the payment for the service rendering by them to the firm. The household consume the goods and services that are producing by the firm. The household they consume the goods and services. The firm sell the goods and service to the household. Household receive the goods to payment for that transactions, means goods and services are produced by the firm. In short, the firms make the payment to the household to their services. And then household spend money income they received on the goods and service produced by the firm. This is a circular flow money between these two groups. Okay. For example, if anyone depends on the household means going to work in some other firm and receive in the form of rendering the service to the firm, the form of salary and wages, and then buy the goods and services from the firm to pay the amount. The interrelationship between the household and firm is an example for the firms and household. Okay, and then the government, next to the government sector, it refers to the economic transaction of the public bodies at all levels. So actually the government sectors, already the economic transaction of the public bodies. What is the meaning of government sector means the economic transactions of the public body. So okay, public body economic transactions at all levels means the central, state, local. In short, the central government means India have one central government, and then different under this different state government, and local means municipality, and then local government, municipality, city corporations, all are under the category of local. They generating a government from the taxation. The central government main sources of tax. There are different type of tax like direct tax or indirect tax, and state government also some specialized collections income from to making the economic welfare activity to the state level, and some amount contribution from the central, and some income, some tax revenue, or jointly participating some given in the state list, state and central list they have already. And local means collection of land tax, some other taxes, land, some revenue generated to making the activity to welfare activity of the local government. Okay, in this work concerned with the social accounting, it also concerned with the social accounting. And Eddy and Peacock have defined the government as a collective persons. Eddy and Peacock on the definitions give the one definitions for the collective persons that are purchasing goods and service from the firm. So that's why I telling what is the activity of the government. The government also purchasing goods and service from the firm. Okay. Already we know the firm producing goods and services to the household give the money and purchase the goods and services from the firm. In this connection, okay, the government also purchasing the goods and services from the firm. Okay, the purchase may be financed through the taxations. The purchases may be financed through the taxation. How the government generate the finance to purchase, to increase the purchasing power, or to actually the government purchase the goods and service from the firm, it pay some amount in the form of money. So it will be how to generate means the government levying tax to the people and collecting the taxations, not only the individual and also the firm and the corporate, some other taxes. So collected and using that amount to purchasing the goods and services in the firm, the government. The main functions of the government is to be provide the social goods like defense, public health, educations. The government, the major revenue contributes to safeguard the nations means to concentrate the defense, to enhancing the power and increase the defense means military, and then the peoples and the police giving the protection to the peoples. They are spend more amount to the governments. And the public health means hospitals and making the some free treatment for the peoples, and also the free educations giving the government. The fund, the taxation fund using for these the major major sector to utilize that fund is the defense and the public health and education, etc. This means of satisfying the collective wants of the society. Collective wants of the society. There are different wants from the societies. So collectively satisfying the wants of the society. To make this satisfaction of the society to the people is an integral duty of the governments. However, the public enterprises like the post office and railway are separate from the government sectors. And also run the public enterprises to the government like public post office and railway. Railway are also departments are going to run through the government. The department also making some revenue from the government. The government sector including the included as firms. The firm not only the private individual, the government also in the form of firm. We know the government enterprises. In India is also one of the mixed economy, and the firm started private individual as well as the public enterprises like government, state or center governments also going to start and operate the business activity. The firms also including the government sector. And then rest of the world sector means it related to the international economic transaction. What is the international economic transaction? Actually the transaction not beyond the boundaries of any nations is called international economic transaction of the country. If any transactions takes place not only within the country, it interconnect with the other countries, goods buying and selling and exchange the goods in different nations means rest of the world. We consider the rest of the world. The export and import of the transactions, external loan it also include the export and import transactions and also the external loans transactions and allied overseas investments income and payments are in the sector of the rest of the world sector. And then capital sector. Finally, the capital sector refers to the savings and the investment activities. It refers to the savings and the investment activities. It includes the transaction of bank, insurance, corporations and financial houses and other agency of the money market. The capital sector means the agency of the money market is also the capital sector. It only the main duty work rendered for saving and investment activity. It includes the capital means long term. If anyone save or invest means the capital sector. It includes the transaction of bank. If anyone transaction make bank and insurance corporations and the financial houses and the other agencies of money market. These agencies merely provide the finance assistance to the firm. The main purpose for the capital sector, it is also called as agencies, provide the financial assistance to the firm. If anyone start the firm, some assistance required in the form of finance means we can collect the loan in the form of loan from the capital sector. Activities. While assessing the sectorial contribution to GDP, the economic is divided into three names: primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. We can classify it into three. Primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. And then national income and welfare. And then next one topic is called national income and welfare. The economic welfare depends upon the composition of goods and services provided. What is the meaning of economic welfare? Economic welfare means the composition of goods and services produced. Provided. It greater of the proportion of the capital goods over consumer goods. We can understand what is the meaning of capital goods, what is the meaning of consumer goods. The capital goods means goods which is used for the factories and industries. It is called capital goods in the form of raw materials, producing machinery, some material, and another one is consumer goods. The consumer goods can be produced for the requirement of ultimate consumer, or to satisfy the needs of the immediate consumers is called consumer goods. So okay, both are, you understand what is the meaning of capital goods, and I hope you understand what is the meaning of capital goods and consumer goods. Okay, the improvements of the economic welfare will be lesser. Actually, if anyone produced the capital goods and the consumer goods, the outcome of the people relating to the welfare means the production of luxurious means the rich classes only. For if anyone produced a car means the car is a luxurious goods produced only richest person. Rich persons are using that. It is not a basic or necessity goods. Okay, we can classify it into different type of goods: the capital, consumer, and luxurious goods. Okay, if anyone produced the capital goods means that goods are going to the savings of a national account, and the consumer means immediate needs of the consumer. Consumer goods produced to satisfy the immediate needs of the consumer means consumer goods. Okay, the improvement of economic economic welfare is the lesser means the consumer goods produced, the satisfaction consumer immediately purchase the goods and exchange one person to another goods. The economic welfare is high compared to some other goods. Okay, and then higher GDP. Second point, higher GDP with the greater environmental hazards like air, water, soil pollution will be little economic welfare. Okay. Okay, if anyone produced group of organization or produced the goods and services automatically destroyed, affected the air, water and the soil pollutions, it will be create some little bit of economic welfare also. Okay, for example, if anyone producing goods means some encouraged some peoples for employment opportunities, it is also the welfare. Automatically the air pollute or water pollutions and soil pollution will be demerits. Okay, it will be dangerous to the in the form of pollutions. The economic welfare means giving the opportunity to the society or peoples, opportunities to the work for that persons from the society. Okay, that is a little bit economic welfare. For example, the production of war goods will show the increase in national output. So war goods means producing weapons, some defense goods relating to the defense. So it will be increase the national output. It also account of national in the form of productions, but automatically increase the productions. But it is not a welfare. It is not create a welfare. This is one of the national income and welfare. And also the increase in per capita income may be due to employment of human and the children are forcing the workers to work long hours. Okay. If anyone factory engaging the woman worker and child labor or forcing to work in long hours, more than 8 hours means they automatically increase the per capita income, but also it will not promote the economic welfare. It's not if anyone children's working to the factory. Okay, factory below 14 years, they are government restricted the child labor offense. But someone engaged to produce goods and services, the per capita income is also high. But it will be create some negative impacts relating to the children stopped the studies. And a woman forced to work for more than 8 hours means automatically disturbance will be created in nature. Naturally, the family and the understanding between the children and the family, it will little bit difficult to concentrate the work and also the family. So it is also the welfare related activity. Not only increase the per capita income of the people, it will be create some impact to the more hours working compared to the actual and the standard. It will be create some difficulties to the national income. National income also increase, per capita income also increase, but welfare is not a correct manner. Okay. Therefore, one of the main important topic PQLI, the physical quantity of life index, is considered the better indicator of the economic welfare. What is the meaning of PQLI? Means it is one of the indicator of economic welfare. If any one country PQLI in the physical quantity of life index number index is the indicator of is the economic welfare and the standard of living of their people, life expectancy, say birth and literacy, they are all included in the PQLI. The national income and the erosion of national wealth for the achieving higher GDP, the larger natural resources are being depleted or damaged. This means the reduction of the potential for the future growth. It is suggested while assessing the national income, loss of the natural resources should be subtracted from the national income. While calculating the national income, first you understand what is the huge impact if the productions, current scenario of the productions, it will be affected in futures in the form of creating some other negative sense. Means it will be the futures environment will be automatically affected in futures. Means it will be deducted from the national income. If anyone firms engaging producing goods and services, it will be create some environmental pollutions. The total volume of pollutions, it will be affected in the futures, air and the water and the soil. Means it will be must be deducted to the national income is a correct method for finding the national income. And then the national income in terms of US dollar, we find the national income measured in the terms of US dollar. When the Indian national income is expressed in the terms of US dollar, the farmers look very low. The purchasing power parity, means BPP methods is adopting. India's looks better. The BBB methods is adopts in India better. And social and environment cost while producing the economic goods. The social and environmental cost while producing economic goods, many environmental and social bads also generated. And then hence they are also must be considered while ensuring the national income. National income, the environmental and the social bads are generated while producing goods and services. It will be create some impact relating to the environmental and social bads. And then evaluations of the chapter 2. The question number 1, net national product at a factor cost is also known as the national income. NNP, net national product at factor cost, is also known as the national income. Second question, the primary sector is the agriculture. Third one is national income measured by using, there are 3 methods. National income is measured by summing up all forms of income. Fifth one, which is the largest figure, means GNP. The expenditure method used to estimate the national income is construction sector. Seventh question, the territory sector is also called as service sector. Eighth question, national income is a measure of dash performance of a economy, means economic performance of a economy. Next one. The per capita income is obtained by dividing the national income by population of a country. Okay. And then GNP equal to dash plus net factor income from abroad means GDP plus net factor income from abroad, GNP. NNP stands for net national product. 12th question. Dash is deducted from the gross value of gross value to output net value means depreciation. Depreciation is the deducted from the gross value to get net value. Okay. 13th question. The financial year in India is April 1 to March 31. When net factor income from abroad is deducted from NNP, the net value is net domestic product, NDP. Okay. The value of NNP at production point is called GNP at factor cost. The average income of the country is per capita income. The value of national income adjusted for the inflation is called real national income, which is the following concept. Which is the flow concept means monthly income. PQLI is an indicator of economic welfare. The largest proportion of the national income comes from private sector.